Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Trent here, back with another video. Today we're going to be covering the best builds to make center wise. So all center builds ranging from 6'7 to 7'4, what you should be using attribute points on, and cap breakers, your +2s, your +1s, build specialization, all the above. As always, if you haven't already, make sure you have followed, subscribed, liked, commented, all the above. It does help me out. I'm trying to have a blow up the year this year, and I'll catch you in the video. Alrighty guys, starting with the first build, it's going to be our 6'7 popper. So I'm a starter 3, I'm top 300 globally in the world, and this is actually my go-to 2s build. And you may be thinking 6'7 is too short for the 2s, and in some cases that might be true. I have lost some games to some 7'4s, some taller builds, but we will get into that and how I played with it. But getting into things, 6'7", 252, 7'1", it's going to be a power forward position. And these are going to be the attributes you're going to want to use. Talking a little bit about these, you're going to have an 89 speed with ball. My big thing is when I created my build, I actually wanted to be able to switch with my guard and be able to guard the ball. So 89 speed, 77 agility, 91 strength, and 83 vertical. And keep in mind, this is just a template build for you guys to use. You do not have to make this exact replica. However, this is what I did. Getting into the rebounding, you have an 80 offensive rebound and a 92 defensive rebound. You also may think, well, you're 6'7 with a low rebound. How are you going to get boards? I promise you, if you have box out, you will get a board, especially because you do get those +2s and +1s. And this build specialization is also for rebounding. So after playing a specific amount of games, you also get more badge perks and more cap breakers to go into your rebounding. Taking a look at the defense, this is really where the build shines, right? You have a 92 steal. 92. That's crazy. I play lanes a lot. Off inbounds, off slips. I play the PNR with my guard, or if he's getting ISO'd, I'll help and I'll catch the lane from the corner. You get a 92, and you can also +2 this later on for Hall of Fame interceptor. However, I do use one of my +1s that I get on this steal to get Hall of Fame interceptor already, right off the rip. Talking about the perimeter defense, it's an 82. You're going to want to cap breaker this. I'm not sure exactly how much, but you will be wanting to cap breaker this. But it is a great option for you to guard ball and switch because you're 6'7 with an 89 speed. You can guard any position on the court. 70 interior defense. You will also be cap breakering this one and getting it up to a 74 just so you have that little bit more of interior. Then 78 block. People are saying that 74 is the go-to. I created this build with a 74 block, and then it is a night and day difference from a 78 block. I don't know what it is. I get 2-3 times more blocks by just going up 4 attributes. And if you think 74 is good enough, by all means, take that away. Like I said, this is just a template build. However, this is what I'm using. Talking about pass hack, 71, you're a popper. It would be nice to have higher pass hack, however, you still are getting that silver dimer. Shooting is also where this build comes in clutch. If you haven't already noticed, rhythm shooting is busted this year. It's stupid. Like, I'm fading half-court shots on this build with rhythm shooting with 2-way. So there is a pure green window. If you think the shooting's too low, adjust it. If you think the shooting's too high, adjust it. Like I said, this is just a template build. And then finishing at the rim is kind of where this build struggles. However, that 70 driving dunk does help you out. Taking a look at the badges you will get just in general. You're going to get Deadeye, Set Shot. You can all +1 these, like I said. For the perimeter, you're going to be getting Challenger, Removal, Enforcer, On-Ball, Pick Dodger. Like I said, you also get that Gold Glove and Interceptor. And then you also can +2. And what I do is I do +2 to my Brick Wall, which gets me Legend Brick Wall. And then I also get Legend Rebound Chaser with my other +2 currently. And this build actually is going to come out to a 2-way MIDI scoring cleaner. Alrighty guys, getting into the next build, we are going to be on a 6'9 popper. You're going to go center, 6'9", 242, 7'3 wingspan. Looking at the attributes, We'll start off with the physicals first. You have 81 speed, 76 agility. You're going to have a 91 strength and an 81 vertical. You're also going to be build specialization, this in rebounding. So you're going to get cap breakers and an additional badge perks for this. However, you will have a 92 defensive rebound and an 87 offensive rebound, 74 interior, 81 perimeter. You're going to be cap breakering this. You get that 85 steal for gold interceptor, which you will be plus wanting with a badge perk. And then you have a 74 block. Talking about the pass hack, keeping it simple, you're going to have a 71 pass hack. And then, like I said before, this is a 6'9 popper, not a 6'9 inside. This is viable for having a little bit of a taller build than my 6'7. But obviously, you have that 83 ball. You're going to get the shooting badge. You get silver set shot. You get bronze, deadeye, and shifty shooter. Like I said, there is a pure green window this year, guys. It's not that hard to make a shot, especially if you're rhythm shooting. It's busted. 70 mid-range, and then you're going to have a 70 driving dunk with a 60 standing dunk. And this build is going to come out to, if it loads, it's going to be a physical lock and board big. Alrighty, guys, hopping into the next build. I'm trying to get this video out for you guys, just keeping it short and sweet. I'm gonna add timestamps for all the builds as well, so if you want a specific build, you can go to that timestamp. However, this is going to be our 6'9 inside. This is great for a guard who knows their shot. This is one of the builds I actually have made, and I run it on 2s all day. I've gone on multiple 40, 50, 60 game streaks on this build just because I have a guard who can midi fade consistently. So, like I said, it's going to be a center, 6'9", 244 with a 7'3 wingspan. Now, you may be questioning a lot of things about this build, but I'm going to explain it to you because that's what I'm here for. Starting off at the finishing, you're noticing something different than the past 2 builds. You have an 89 driving dunk with a 81 standing dunk. If this gets you contact dunks, so it gets you standing and driving contact dunks. So that's why I wanted both of those. Taking a look at the pass hack, while you're going to want to have a little bit more pass hack than a popper because you're getting rebounds and kicking it out to the guard if they miss. So you have an 82 pass hack, and then that gets you silver versatile. However, you can cap breaker this +5, get it to an 87 for that gold versatile visionary. And then you also want to have defense. Like I said, I'm a 2s and 3s player at heart this year. You're going to want to have defense. You're going to be able to want to guard ball. If need be, you can jump at shots, contest them. So I have a 74 interior, an 85 perimeter, an 85 steal, and then a 78 block. And then this build specialization is going to be in rebounding as always. I have a 92 on both. As an inside, I want it to be more effective in the paint when snagging, and you can cap breaker these how you please. Taking a look at the physicals, you're a 6'9 that's going to have an 80 speed. You're going to be fast. 76 agility. You're going to have a 94 strength with a 80 vertical. And that's also going to get you silver posterizer and silver rise up. And the build is going to come out to a lock and board bulldozer. Alrighty, guys, taking a look at my favorite build in the game. It's going to be the 7-4 popper. If you haven't touched the game, if you haven't played the game, I usually lose my streak to a plugged-in 7-4 cheater. That's the reality of it. I'm hoping they change it soon. However, it's going to be a 7-4 center, 232, 7-4. So this build has 0 defense. I want to put that out there before you make this build. If you lose the ball to a good team on 2s, it is going to be extremely hard to get the ball back. Because you have a 62 perimeter, you're slow. You are very, very slow. So hopefully you have a guard with you or a lock with you that can play effectively. However, getting into the stats, right? You have a 90 close shot. You can do floaters, hook specialist. You can do hook shots, paint prodigy, 76 driving layup, physical finisher, float game, 72 driving. You have a 91 standing. You have a 90 post control, right? I have lost to, you can shoot, for those of you who don't know, 7-4s can shoot over everything in this game. I like my 6'7 at my very first build at the beginning of this video. What the fuck am I supposed to do against that? Anyways, you're gonna have a 90 mid-range and 89 3-ball. This is, you can I actually would not specialize in shooting. I would specialize in finishing on this build, just because it's stupid what you can do, because there's no room for really cap breakers or anything. This build is overall just stupid. You're gonna have a 75 pass hack though. Take it down one, you don't get break starter if you didn't want to run wreck. There is that. 78 interior, 62 perimeter, 74 block, 85 offense, 86 defense, 61 speed, 46 agility, 83 strength, and 73 vertical. If I go ahead and continue, and I'll show you the finishing it gets. It's called a board hunting 3-level scorer. Like, it literally says no big weaknesses to report. It's stupid. But really quickly, like, just looking at the animations you can get, you get elite and pro standing dunks, and then you also get the Shaquille O'Neal Shaq dunk package. But yeah, it's a very, very broken build. But that is going to be it for me today, guys. I wanted to keep this build video short and sweet. I believe I did 4 or 5 builds. So if you like any of them, comment which build you're making. And please make sure you have commented, subscribed, and then I also will be posting on TikTok more. And I'm also live almost every day on Twitch, which I will link in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.